Why, hello. I'm back at it again. I am digging out holes today to plant the allium, purple sensation, and daffodil replete. These are what my holes are looking like. Got them all over the place. I'll show you my little tool and how I'm going about this. The allium holes only need to be about 4 to 6 inches deep, and the daffodil holes only need to be about 3 inches deep or so. So I have this garden knife. It only gets like 4 inches deep. You can see it has little circles with the inches on there, but I like it because it works pretty good as far as I'm concerned. All I do is take it, hold it upright like this, perpendicular to the earth, and just press down. You can bend it back and forth if you want, if you can, and just keep doing it. Keep going in a circle, whatever you're trying to cut out, however you want to cut it out. But for me, I'm doing circles. I only intend on putting about 3 bulbs in each hole. So according to the pack, let's see, for the allium, it says you can put 10 bulbs per square foot. As far as the daffodils are concerned, it says you can put 5 bulbs per square feet. But I'm only doing 3 in each one. And this is about maybe 5 inches in diameter is what I'm cutting out. I have not been measuring it. I'm pretty used to doing this, and I generally don't measure it. And I'm not going to measure it. But that's it. And then I just go by hand and scoop out the dirt. Like so. Set it aside. If there's more dirt to be gotten, then I just go back in with my garden knife and kind of cut it out as so. It doesn't require a lot of effort or brawn, so that's pretty good. I used to use a trowel. I like this much better, and it is takes a lot less effort on my part to do it this way. So that's what that looks like. And I do have somewhat of a design going on. If you haven't watched the previous video, do so. Check it out. This is video 2, but I've planted this alongside blue stem, little blue stem, which will basically a repeating border plant on this flower bed. But I've got the allium. I plan on putting the allium on the outer sides of the little blue stem. This little section where it kind of goes up like that, I'm going to put the daffodils closest to the house outside, and one in the middle, so it'll be like 3 right there. And on the outer part, edges toward the front, there'll be allium. So if you can imagine that going alongside this bed in the spring. Now, the daffodils, if you're not familiar, those leaves die back to the ground. So the allium will stay kind of upright for a lot of the summer if you let it, which I usually do. But what is going to end up happening is this little blue stem is going to fill out. You can see how close I have it to where the little blue stem is. So in the spring, it'll probably look just like that, tiny and little, and you won't be able to see it that much. In the meantime, the allium will be shooting up, looking all beautiful in the spring. And then as that little blue stem fills out, it's going to cover up that allium stem, stalk, whatever you call it, not sure the name. And it'll cover that up. But even when the blooms are done, in my opinion, they still look beautiful. They look like circle, like if you can imagine, like balls in a solar system. But yeah, so that's what we're doing today. All right, check back in with you. Okay, so I'm ready to put the bulbs in. Just want to give you a little shot on how I do that. I'm putting in some organic bone meal at the bottom of this. Not a lot at all. And I personally don't think it's necessary, but I have some. And as far as I'm concerned, everything in garden is an experience, so an experiment. So let's see how this works, because I've never done it with the used it with bulbs before. I generally just put the bulbs in the earth and let it do its thing. It knows what to do. But I'm putting in allium bulbs. This is what that looks like. So this bottom part, well, this is the bottom. How about that? Where you see all the little scragglies, which those are just cut roots. That goes at the bottom. This is going to go at the top. Kind of looks like it has that, but it doesn't. If you look, they may have like a little point on them like that. So you just place them in here like this. And just going to stick 3 in there. 1, 2, 3. Then go ahead and cover that up. And then I will top it with some organic hummus and manure that I picked up from Home Depot. That's my favorite brand to use. And not because I've done some tests and think it works better than everywhere else. It's just because it's $1.97 for a 40-pound bag. And so I'll just throw that on top. A little bit of compost and manure. And that's that. I'll show you what the daffodil bulb looks like. I'm going to use the same technique here. So we'll go with the bone meal first. Picked it up in my hand this time. Just sprinkle some in the bottom. This is what a daffodil bulb looks like. This part is the top where it's sticking up. This is the bottom. So we'll put it in like this. 1, 2, 3. Throw that dirt on there. I did see one kind of lean over, and I don't care. It'll figure it out. It lives outside. Bam. Top it with some compost and some manure. 2 handfuls of that. That's just what I do, and I don't usually count. And then that's that, and I'll go ahead and finish the rest of these holes up. After that, I'm going to take a trip to Home Depot and pick up some wire and some grommet. That was probably the wrong name, but whatever. That's the one I'm going to use for today. But what I'm thinking is, my idea is that where I did the little makeshift fence with twine, the twine has come off. I don't know if an animal has pulled it off or it just came off, whatever the case may be. I want to use wire instead, because I do want to keep these up over the winter until this garden bed at least has some flowers coming up. I've used these stakes before. The stakes I got from Lowe's. And what I have noticed, and it's probably because I can't get it in the ground deep enough, just because my strength doesn't allow me to, but I just take this with a mallet and pound it in. And over the winter, with the freeze-thaw cycle, I am in Northeast Ohio again. It does get pretty cold in the winter. So, and I don't, like I said, I'm not tamping it into the earth that deep. So it's probably the freeze-thaw cycle makes it come out the earth. But when I see it, if it's a warm enough day, I'll come out and just hammer it, mallet it back in. But so that's what's next. See you soon. Okay, so next we're gonna just water these bulbs in. Got my handy dandy sprayer on my hose. And just water it in like so. Nothing fancy, nothing excessive, but just enough to get it situated in there and get that soil nice and firm on the bulb. Alright, I'm going to continue this on all of them. And then I'm going to go to Home Depot, pick up some wire for my little makeshift fix. Alright, see you in a second. Hello there, let's talk about updates. So, I decided to replace the twine on my temporary makeshift fence with some wire. I bought some spool from Home Depot. It's $5.98 for a 100-foot spool pack. But this is what we got so far. I've got the compost down on the portion of the flower bed that I've dug up completely, and I started planting some other plants in addition to the little blue stem. I picked up some Aster that are pretty small. They only get about 18 to 24 inches tall and wide from Lowe's. I visited my favorite section there, the almost dead plant section. These were only $4, and I put some over there. I bought a lot. Well, not a lot. I don't think it's a lot. I bought 6. But anywho, they're great plants, native to a lot of places in America, but in Ohio where I am, they're native. And they're fall blooming. You can see a lot of those blooms are spent already, and I don't care, but these are great plants, and I don't care if they're almost dead. They're gonna come back to life. They're gonna thrive. They're gonna be beautiful, and hopefully we'll collect some seeds and plant them in all kind of places. I really like that they're this short. But anywho, haven't planted anything in front of here, but I did plant some slender mountain mint along the front edge of this. They're in groupings of 2. This one looks like it's almost dead, but it isn't. Like it has green. That means it's alive. And look at those little baby leaves. Like this is gonna do just fine. I have all the faith in the world. In these 2, I planted red cardinal flower in groups of 3s. Let's see, that looks all tattered and terrible. That's actually 2 of them, but it isn't dead, and I have all the faith in the world. We're in fall. There's enough time for this to develop a nice root system, but that's like 2 also. I planted these all from seed last winter, so they'll have a chance to thrive. Looks like we got some grass still trying to grow. I'll pull those out at will. And so that pattern just repeats. Once again, if you haven't seen the first video, these little blue stems are spaced out every 74 inches or so. It's going to wind up giving me a 3-foot spacing in between, and also around the edge. I've also planted some daffodil replete and also some allium purple sensation bulbs, so that way it's gonna look pretty beautiful in the spring. So you just gotta come back. Here's a slender mountain mint that has a lot more leaves on it. You know, looks a little more lively than the other one, but that's what it looks like right now. And those are grown from seeds also. And there's more red cardinal flower. So you can see what they look like as seedlings. That has been one thing that has been difficult on my journey planting stuff from seeds, is that it's hard to tell what this stuff is. I even have an app, and that app is like wrong a lot. But my advice is, if you're not sure what it is, just wait. And once it goes to flower, or once it gets a little more mature, it'll be a lot easier to decipher what that is. But this is what we got so far. I even straightened it out somewhat, so happy so far. Today I'm going to go ahead and cut out the rest of it up into that side door. See you soon. All right, good people. I do want to share a tip that I haven't so far as I proceed with phase 2, if you will, of this project. But where I'm getting my edges at the end of the Walkpath I want to keep. What I'm doing is I'm going in at an angle. It's not 45 by any means, maybe about a 30-degree angle with the shovel, kicking it in this way and following that with another one this way on the other side of that. But I'm basically beginning with just standing on the shovel, using my weight to go down into the grass. It's rare that I have to actually jump, but sometimes you do. You might hit a hard spot, and I've got clay soil, so to me, you know, that being said, if I were to guess, I would say this is probably the most dense soil. It is not hard to dig this up at all. So you're just using your body weight to dig it for the most part. But after you get that first line, get your outline going on, come back along that path, just kick it. It usually takes just one kick of 1 foot for me to just kind of shove that shovel in this way, and I'll follow it all around that edge and then come back on the other side, do the same thing, rip that out. It's disconnected. Once you do that, take that strip of grass out, and it ends up making it easier to come back and get these other strips of grass. Already started doing that here. Hey, how you doing? Okay. But yeah, I started this already, just standing on it, walking in a line and getting that lined out. And I'll go back with the other technique, which is really just wiggling that shovel underneath and sliding it forward, and that shovel does the work for the most part for you. But doing that little trench serves me 2 ways. It makes it easier to get the rest of it out, and it also is satisfying for me because I can see the progress and I can see what that path is actually going to end up looking like, and it just makes me feel like I've completed something, even though I have. But it really puts that vision into work and into action. So I'll check back with you. Bye. My daffodil replete in here, like so, 3 bulbs at a time, spaced approximately 1, 2, 3 feet apart or so. Got them going along the middle here, and it goes all the way till we get to this little tiny section here. Not sure what I want to do with that, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, next step is going to be to cover that soil up, throw some compost and mulch on the top, water it in, and I will go ahead and throw some more mulch on top of this. I do like shredded mulch. I don't know if I said that in my first video or not, just because I like the way it breaks down quicker into the soil and starts helping my soil quicker. Put some microorganisms in there, some living matter, which is beautiful for the plants. But I did decide to go ahead and throw some leftover bulbs. Well, the remaining, they're not really leftover, but there. And I threw some more of the almost dead section asters I got from Lowe's in this surrounding bed that was already existing. So our pathway is in, and we've got form. So now it's all about completing completing it. But I can see my vision coming together. Don't know if I'll get to that other end this year. We're going to keep going though, because the plan is to get rid of all of this perimeter. Not just some of it, all of it. Only exception is going to be this walk path, and that is it. All right, good folks, I'll be back. Bye. This is where we are. We got, I would say, 2/3 done at this point. Got all of this done.
You got it going. It's looking so good.
Thank you.
I love watching it grow.
Thank you. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I'm going to handle this part, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Stay tuned.
Yeah, you did a good job on that side.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Now, I got the okay from the neighbors, but we got to do this half now. But that's what it's looking like so far on that side. This is, again, the walkway that's going to lead up to this side door. I want to be able to go around this tree. I started, or bush, I did line out a kind of guide for me to cut out where I would like the path to go. One thing I would say about these types of projects, any types of projects really, just start. Don't be afraid. You can't finish unless you start. My thing is, if I don't like it, then I'll change it. And if I'm too tired to do it this year, then hopefully I will be alive next year and I'll do it then. And if not, I won't know anyway. So, win-win all the way around. But this is where we are. We got asters planted. Those get about 18 to 24 inches tall and wide. And I did go in on this section and plant some daffodils. There's 3 bulbs in every little dark spot you see. I didn't plant any allium on this side. I'm not sure if I want to. I'm thinking I'll do it like sections, like it'll be consistent across, because there'll be daffodils on the whole section in the spring. And then there's also the asters there. Then we'll have asters here for fall. So there will be continuity. There will be a rhythm to this. That doesn't mean everything has to be matchy, matchy, matchy for it to still match. But this is where we are. So, all right. Be back soon. Bye. Well, hello there. I've got a pathway cut out. This what you're seeing. I envision this being an extended part of this garden. But over here, look at that. I got my pathway going. So hopefully you can see the vision better now. I'm going to be taking those stones and making a pathway here. And then we'll finish cutting out the rest of that yard. But for right now, this part has got me so excited that I just want to do the pathway right now. So I'm off to get some materials. Be back soon. Bye.